Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you're new here, today we're going to be doing what in my opinion is mask-proof makeup. This is makeup that when we were masking up, when I do have to mask up, this is the products and the method to which I apply them because I feel like that is how my makeup holds up the best. With this technique, I experience little to no wear on my face, which is wild. This is how I finished up some of these products last year. So yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, if you want to see what I do to prevent wear while I'm wearing my makeup and my mask, please stay tuned. If you're new here, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I am gonna do my eyes with you guys because I'm feeling like a little chatty but not super chatty, so we'll do my eyes together first and just go through that process, and then we will dive into what I use on my face to help prevent wear on my face while wearing a mask. But yeah, okay, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I've already primed my eyes. I put a little bit of gel in my brows to get that going. I'm going to dip into my Dear Santa palette from Kylie Cosmetics that I got a couple years ago. And I'm just going to use this shade here to set everything. This is one of the shades that I am focusing on right now because I believe that, you know, with a couple weeks of consistent use, I'll be able to pretty easily hit pan in this. So I've been using it to set my base probably for the last 2 weeks or so. And I already have a pretty large dent, so I'm hoping we'll see that soon. My Project Pan video for 2022 is going to be going up next week. So that'll have like all the details in it as far as what projects I am participating in and what I'm doing as far as my game plan this year. I'm already thinking about making a little bit of a change to my plan. LOL, welcome to my life. But I'm gonna try to not be impulsive. I'm gonna wait it out until the next update, and then we'll see if it's still something I want to join at that point. So yeah, looks nice. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a pretty decent dip in that. Maybe I'll just do the whole look with this actually, because I was going to reach into a different palette, but I think I'm going to just stick with this one because another shade I was kind of focusing on in here is this brown shade because it also has a bit of use to it. So I was focusing on that. But yeah, so my project panning video will be up next week. I already have it filmed, but I was behind on posting my 2021 finale, so I wanted to give that one a little bit of room to breathe. It's been hard though, like keeping it a secret because I haven't even announced my Pan That palette for 2022 over on Instagram yet. So it's been a struggle. I'm like ready to let everyone know like what I'm doing and to start pursuing it. But I'm gonna be doing things a little bit differently this year as compared to last year. So that's why I'm kind of like holding off. Man, these shadows are pretty dusty. That's why you hear me tapping. I don't usually have to really tap that much. But these are dustier gals. They remind me of like the ABH matte formula. They blend really nice. They look really good. They're just dusty ladies. And that's okay. I mean, I don't really mind that. Since I'm wearing red, I think I might dabble in some of like the more red shades. If I recall correctly, when I used them last time, they were more of like a pink. Like I said, if I recall correctly, but who knows? I haven't used the pinkier, like the redder. They're like this one, and this one. I have not used those since I got this palette. So let's try a little bit of Treat Your Elf on the outer, and I'll start like building it up. But yeah, I actually stayed home today on the day that I am filming this. I honestly just had like a lot of really bad anxiety. And then also my tailbone was hurting so bad. So I just decided, fuck it, I'm like staying home today. I'm really fortunate that I have the ability to do that in my job sometimes when it's needed. So that's what I did today, and I really just focused on some things that were heightening my anxiety. So like the house, there were several things that just needed cleaned, picked up, and organized, and I did some of those things to help, you know, relieve it. I did some journaling. I got some content ready, and sometimes like I just need those days to like reset and get stuff done to help with that. If I don't have those days, unfortunately, it just like eats me alive. If you have anxiety, then I am sure that you know how that goes. There's also just like a lot of stuff going on at work right now that's making me super anxious as well. So I really just needed some time to reset. Called the doctor to try to get in about my tailbone. I'm waiting for them to call me back because it is giving me some more severe trouble again. I think that looks really pretty actually. So I was kind of able to do those things today. I had to kind of, I have anxiety. I made a latte. Why am I like this? But I made an appointment because wait, what am I talking about? Oh yeah. Okay. So that's how my brain works, you guys. I literally just, sometimes I don't know. I black out basically. I'm going to take this really pretty gold shade here on this brush and just like wet it down a bit. And then, that's what I'm going to put all over the lid. But yeah, I honestly just had to kind of like stop myself today because, you know, when you get that urge to like deep clean your whole fucking house and like reorganize everything, and it's so strong that like you can physically feel it, and it's just like, it's like you have to do this, you have to do it, and it's like tugging at you. But like at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to start because I know I don't have the things that I need to do the job that I would want to do. So like, one, I'm filming this at like 3 o'clock. There's not enough time. 2, I really want to move all my furniture and everything and shampoo my carpets with my rainbow. And I don't have the shampooer. I let my cousin borrow it. So like, I don't even have the things or the time. But like, so I'm trying to really just, you know, check myself and be like, you know, slow myself down. Like, sorry, there's like no good way for me to do this for you guys to like see. But just to really like slow myself down and just be like, girl, not today. Like, not today. But like, I tell you what, I did some stuff today. I did a little bit of laundry, and I was in the kitchen like pacing back and forth because I was like itching. Like literally, maybe I have like some slight like OCD, I don't know. But it's to the point where it like physically like bothers me, and like it's like a impulse thing where I just feel like I have to, or it makes me like, I don't know, it's so weird, you guys. And so yeah, I was like, you know what, I really just need to take myself away from the situation. So I'm gonna go work on some content, do my fucking makeup, and film a video. And like literally that is, you know, one of my coping skills, because that's really what I'm trying to work on in therapy right now, is just like, you know, how do I get myself out of like a cycle? Like when I start cycling and I'm having like high anxiety or high impulse, like how do I take myself out of that situation, you know, by myself? So that's like kind of what I've been working on. My boyfriend, Luke, which maybe I'll insert a picture. He has been helping me a lot too, because I just told him, you know, I talked to the therapist and stuff, and they said it could be beneficial. Like, if you see this kind of behavior, to like be like, hey, just to let me know, like, hey, you're cycling. Let's take a deep breath. Because man, when I go down the rabbit hole, I'm running down the rabbit hole. If you know, you know. It just, man, it just escalates so quickly. So that's kind of, you know, what I did today. And I'm really proud of myself for just stepping back and being like, you know what? I'm going to do this and this and this. And then I'm going to not feed into it. And I'm going to go do something else. Like, it's still productive, but it's not tearing my house apart. So, go me. Hopefully this will, you know, help. I don't know. We will see. I am going to go ahead and finish up the other eye over here with the, shimmer, and then I'll be back. Can I get a whoop whoop, guys? Look at that beach. We got some pan. Yes, the shade is literally so beautiful. I love it. And that's the thing. Like, I think some people guess that this might be my 2022 PTP, and I low-key regret that I didn't make it my PTP. But I think that this one and this one are close to pan, and I think this one could also be close to pan. And I also think that this one is close to pan because I use it as like an inner corner highlight a lot. It's really pretty. So I think we're gonna like really pop off with some pans in this, and starting the new year right. When I'm filming this, which is on Tuesday, I just hit my first pan of the year in my Biba palette. So this is exciting. I hit 2. Because I did a different makeup look for this look. Because obviously I didn't film that when I was getting ready. So I'm filming something else so I can get ready with you guys and show you the technique. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm taking a little bit of that red pink shade we first used, and going in really lightly and just carving that back out with a little bit of that red pinky color, just because I think that would look nice. I don't even know if you guys can even see any of this, honestly. That might look stupid. I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm honestly just playing in the makeup today and enjoying myself. That's what I'm doing. So if it looks dumb, keep it to yourself. Now I think I'm going to take a little bit of this dessert shade, which I've actually used a lot, but you can't even tell because I usually only use a little bit of it on like the outer portion. And that's what I'm going to use out there today, just to create that next level of like dimension. It looks really pretty. But yeah, so that's like kind of just how my day is going. And that's like really why I wanted to come on and film. Like, the mask proof makeup has been on my list, but I also wanted to chat, and I thought, well, I did my eye makeup. This will be a good time. Might have lost a lot of people during this because they might be like, not what I signed up for, but that's okay. I've also been uploading, I don't know if you guys have seen, but some shorts of stuff that I'm posting over on IG, like inventory, pans and whatnot. I thought it would be fun to share them over here as well. And that seems to be going over pretty well. I mean, I don't really know how all of that works and stuff. I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush here to blend out some of the harsher edges. And this has nothing on it. I'm just blending basically. But yeah, it seems to be going over fairly well. I don't really know the ins and outs of shorts. I'm just figuring it out as I go. But I think that they're doing okay, and I've enjoyed sharing that little bit of content over here as well. And it's something that, like, you know, even though it's recycled, like if you don't follow me on IG, then you wouldn't have seen it. And it's nice for me because it's like I'm able to use that content for more than just one platform. So I think that's really nice. Okay, I think that this looks good. I'm going to clean up the under eyes and I'll be back. Okay, so I cleaned up the eyes and I filled in my brows. Lastly, I'm gonna just tap into this shade here a little bit, and that is what I'm gonna be putting on my brow bone. It looks like deep in the camera, but it's actually a really pretty light gold shade. Like, I don't even think you guys can see it because it's completely washed out, but it is so pretty. So yeah, I think that that looks nice. We're glowing. We're glowing. All right. Now, dun, 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 drum roll, mask proof makeup. So there are a few steps to this. And my chair, okay, so you hear that? That's my chair. Not sure where that cut me off because I'm gonna be cutting all of the dog barking out. But this chair, so my actual beauty chair like busted, so I'm just using like a folding chair, which is fine, but it's just really noisy when I move or anytime I do anything. It's like, rah, 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 which I'm sure you guys can freaking hear it. So it's just like driving me insane. So the first step to mask proof makeup is to put on a nice primer, whether this be like your moisturizer or a primer. Just make sure it's something hydrating because we're gonna set with like a powder, which I know a lot of people probably already do that anyway, so they're like, meh, but not everybody does. I don't usually set my whole face with a primer. So I then am gonna go in with my base products next. So I'm using my, oh, what is this? My bronzer. My bronzer from Half Caked. This one is in the shade Morning View. And I know this looks crazy, but those of you that have been around and watched me do my makeup, I use this technique a lot with liquid foundation as well. I transferred it over from this technique of doing it for my mask proof stuff. So I'm going to go in a little bit heavy handed because we're going to be going over it with some other products. So this is definitely a trust the process kind of situation because before we get to the end, I'm going to be looking fucking scary. So just hang in there, okay? Just hang in there. Honestly, doesn't even have to be that perfectly blended because of what we're going to do later. So next I'm going to go in with my blush, and I'm going to be using Smolder from Phytosurgence, otherwise known as my favorite blush, and the blush that never ever ends, ever, which is fine because I always want it, but I just feel like it looks like I never use it. But if you follow me on IG, you know I use this shit like every day. Like I said, trust the process, you guys. We might even use a little bit of this, well, a little bit of another blush afterwards, because this blush is a similar tone to my bronzer, so we might not get the differential payoff that like I want. Normally it'll probably work a little bit better with a lighter blush, but we will see. Now I'm going to go ahead and go with my concealer like I normally would. Essentially, the trick is to get all your cream products down first. And the thing is, like, you might not need this trick if you're like a powder gal and you use a bunch of powders. Like, your mask might already be wearing on top of your makeup flawlessly, but over the past year I've become a cream gal. And if you love your creams, you have a lot of creams, and you still want to get use out of your creams, this is a way that you can still wear them and still use them and not suffer from, you know, a lot of wear on the makeup due to the mask. So that's why I thought it would be good to show this technique. It's also just like super long wearing. So now that we have all the creams on and we look properly ridiculous, we're gonna go in with the next step that's just going to seal all of this in. We're gonna go in with a powder foundation. So I have the Tarte one. This is kind of the new pretty, the Shape Tape Pressed Powder. I love this one. I have not tried the L'Oreal Infallible, but I've heard it's so good. I take a flat like kabuki brush, get that bitch in there, and then I just begin stamping it all over the face. And I picked this tip up from Jackie Aina. She just was doing this like application for like a normal day, and I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the only thing that was holding up against my freaking mask. It was insane. So this is the technique that I used for months solely. Like, see how we have that like still like that nice contour. I think I'm gonna have to go over it with a blush, a powder blush, because this shade just is too similar to like a bronzer shade. But yeah, this is why I want to make sure like my face is super hydrated, because I'm going in with a powder foundation and I'm not doing like a light sweep of the brush. Like I am stamping this into the skin. And I think that is the really important part of the technique, to be stamping it in so that you're really pressing it into the skin. But yeah, literally it just looks so pretty and it holds up so darn well, so darn well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. I'm gonna go over it with a different blush and then I'm gonna do my final touches and I'll be back. Okay, so this ended up being the final look. I think I got a little heavy-handed with the blush, but that's okay. Your girl ain't afraid of a blush moment, so that is fine. What I really like about this technique, like I said, is it's going to be super long wearing. It's pretty resistant to any kind of long-term mask wear or short-term mask wear. By using the powder foundation, it also gives me a great base, like, you know, I applied a liquid or something like that, and it looks so good. It holds up so well. I really love this technique. I ended up using a bit of my Cover FX blush in the shade Warm Honey to go over it, because we weren't really getting that like color differentiation, and I think the lighting is weird because the sun's coming in over there. Because I did tap over this side just a bit with the powder foundation to kind of diffuse it a little bit, because it was coming on a bit strong, but it doesn't look that intense on my mirror. So I did that, and then for highlighter, I went in with my Pixie Quad and I just used this little baddie over here, really pretty. And then for lips, I used a combination of my Makeup Forever pencil. This one is in the shade Endless Cacao. I really want to try and pick up more of these, but this pairs perfectly with my KKW lippy in the shade 90s Moment, because this one is a little too warm when I put it on, but when I compare it with this cool tone liner, it is literally perfect. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little impromptu get ready with me and this technique that I use for mask proof makeup in my, you know, experience. That's what it's been. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you try out this technique, please let me know how it works for you. I hope that it works just as well. Before you guys leave, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one.